Hi everyone, I'm JD, the Willow Princess, and for today's video I'm taking you for a walk and a bit of a rock climb at Horseshoe Bay, which is a very special beach to me. When I first moved to Bowen about 10 years ago, I went to this beach pretty much every week and sometimes multiple times a week. I would wade in the water, I would swim if it was a hot day, then I would sit on a rock with my iPod and journal and pen, and I would often just spend hours there. Sometimes I'd read a book, but often it would just be me either standing in the water looking at the horizon or sitting on a rock watching the waves, simply just talking with God and connecting with Him and pouring out my heart to Him. Sometimes I would cry, and He would just be with me there and speak to me. And sometimes I would go there when I would just be feeling very stressed or frustrated or sad, and very full of emotion, and I would just stay there until I felt peace, and that would just be reliant on connecting with God and hearing from Him. And sometimes I would just stay there and be like, okay God, I'm not leaving here until I hear from you. And it could have been an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. Sometimes I would go to the beach around the corner and lie down on a rock and watch the stars come out, because it took that long for me to be able to feel that peace. Anyway, so this is a very special beach for me. It has held a lot of my tears and been a place that has often restored my peace, a place where I have been able to connect with God. So this is one of the walks that I would often do. I would climb up these rocks and sit on this rock where there was a beautiful lookout. So I will take you up there, and while I take you for this walk, I will share the message that I have written for today and sort of give you a bit of a behind the scenes look at how this one came together. I simply started my writing asking God, what would you have me say, Lord? How would you like me to encourage and uplift and speak love to your people, to possibly teach and challenge? How will you meet them and us where we're at? What would you say to me? Because often it starts with, what is He saying to me? And if He's speaking to me in this way, then it can be something that can encourage others, because we are never alone in what we go through. And this is what it is, to share our testimonies, to share what God is saying to us, to share what God is doing in our lives. It's just that simple. And we might think, oh no, my story, this little thing that God is teaching me or showing me, it doesn't matter. This will have no impact. But share those things. Those are the things that encourage people to know, oh, they're going through the same thing I'm going through, or maybe they have the same questions or the same struggles, and something that God shares to me will help you. So then I got this, what would you say to me? Be kind, believe the best in people, give people grace when they do something you don't like or don't understand or agree with. Give people grace when they make mistakes and when they hurt you, because this is how God relates to us. He is kind to us, He believes the best in us, and He gives us unending grace, even when we turn away from Him, even when we hurt Him and let each other and ourselves down. Be kind to yourself, believe the best in yourself, give yourself grace, even when you do the opposite of what you want to do and what you know you should do. Even when you make mistakes and hurt someone, love, love, love. Love God, love yourself, love others. Love isn't judgment of others or ourselves. Love isn't tearing others or ourselves down. Love is patience with others and ourselves. Love is bearing with each other and bearing with ourselves. Love is being with each other and being with ourselves. As God loves us, builds us up, is ever patient with us, bears with us, and is always with us. Love isn't always easy to do. It isn't airy feelings. It is gritty, powerful, and transformational. Love isn't afraid of mess and dirt and tears and pain. It is fierce. Love isn't complaining about what someone did, knowing that the people who hear you complaining will think negatively about them. Love isn't participating in gossip to feel a sense of belonging. Love isn't voicing every honest opinion without care for tone, timing, or wisdom. snapping at people, or using the silent treatment when you're upset or in a bad mood. I am guilty of all these things, so you are not alone if any of these have resonated with you. Love desires the best for people, no matter who they are, what they've done, what they believe, or how they are with you. This is what I aspire to. It is important to me to appreciate people with all their differences. To know that for every one person who likes one thing, there is someone who doesn't like it. And that's okay, they're not weird. We don't have to get everyone to like the same thing. We can embrace the beauty of variety. For every one person who sees things one way, there is someone who sees it another way. And that's okay. We don't all need to see things the same. We can embrace the wonderful different perspectives we have from each other. Rather than being frustrated by people, love them. Or rather, yes, people are going to frustrate us sometimes, but rather than express that frustration and let it out, love them. For the ones that frustrate you the most, work hardest to love them. Work hardest to see things from their perspective. Work hardest to understand they are going through their own stuff. Work hardest to know they come to the day with their own background, upbringing, and unique set of gifts and challenges. Everyone is trying to do the best they can. If it does no harm to you and it's safe to do so, do what you can to make people's days a little easier, a little lighter, a little brighter, even if they cut you off in line, or they forgot your birthday, or they left a mean comment on your social media, or they don't see things your way. Love, love, love. We are here to love each other, to let people know that even at their worst moments, they are lovable and they don't ever have to go through life alone, because God will never stop loving them and He will never stop being with them. But we can think we are unlovable and think God wouldn't want to be with us. So we can show them God does love them through doing the hard work of loving them, even when they hurt us and when they're at their worst moments. Whenever I share these Willow Princess videos, I hope I get the right mix of sharing something encouraging and challenging, because I like being challenged. I like to grow and be pulled up if there's something I need to work on for the sake of me being more loving and others being more loved by me. I'm nowhere near pleased with where I am at in my progress, as I know people have not always felt loved by me. But I will never stop trying to love more, to bring more light. I hope to be among many others who, despite our failed attempts, keep trying and keep desiring to bring more love and light. May we all know how loved we are and how loved others are, and treat ourselves and others accordingly. May we all know how deep, how wide, how high, how far God's love is for all of us.